Hi guys, Aaron, Arnold's Outdoor Life. I'm going to show you how I make my version of homemade Cliff Bars. In here I have 3 3/4 puff rice. You can usually find that in your cereal section. And then I have 3 cups of oats. I usually get it in the bulk section, or you can find it, in the cereal as well, the oatmeal stuff. Just make sure you get rolled oats, not steel oats. I've got 1 cup each Heath Crumbles, chocolate chips and marshmallows. This is kind of going to be like a quote-unquote s'mores Cliff Bar. I like this one a lot. So we got this mixed together. We're going to add this stuff in here. We'll get that all mixed up. And then I've got this all ready to go. I've got 1 cup agave nectar, 1/4 cup brown sugar, 1.5 cups nut butter. You can use peanut butter. I like making my own nut butter. The nut butter I have in here, it's got a couple different kind of nuts in it. But basically, to make nut butter, you just throw your nuts in your food processor. Like if you're doing straight peanuts, you really don't have to add oil to it. You can. But some of the nuts don't have a high oil content, so you got to add a little bit of vegetable oil to it until you get the right consistency. So basically, I'm going to heat this up on the stove, and then once it's all melted together, I'll take it off the stove, and then you'll add vanilla, and I have 1.5 teaspoons or tablespoons, and then we'll just mix it in here. This recipe I adjusted it for a half sheet tray. Half sheet tray is a little bit bigger than a cookie sheet. You'll see it when I press it down in there. Those can be I like using those because they're a little bit bigger. I'm just used to them from working in the restaurant industry for like 20 years. So if you're interested in getting some of those, just Google up in your area if there's a restaurant supply place. They usually have them. They're not too terribly expensive. They probably even have them at like a Pampered Chef, but you're going to pay a lot more for them there. But I'll get this, the liquids all heated up and mixed together, and I'll come back and show you the mixing and the press. Okay, we've got nut butter and agave all dissolved. Brown sugar's all dissolved in there. So next, I've let it cool just a minute. And then you're going to add your vanilla. This is just extract. If you can get your hands on good vanilla, that's great. You don't even have to put vanilla in it if you don't. Also, I forgot to add, I add 1/3 cup of flaxseed meal as well. That just gives it a little extra nutrients, whatever. If you're really into it, you can add chia seed or whatever. I even have... It's a coca powder that's got flaxseed and chia seed in it. I use that for my. It's another protein bar I make, but it's made with dates. I actually don't make bars of those. I'll just scoop them out with a cookie scooper. Sort of like little balls. I'm gonna try and get around to that today. We'll see what happens. But basically, after you have that all dissolved and ready to go, you just kind of pour it over your dry stuff. I wear gloves, just so it doesn't get all stuck and everything on my hands. You can mix it with just the spatula if you want. Basically, just get in there. I like to add it when it's kind of hot because it'll get that chocolate melted a little bit. it all good and incorporated. And this is a half sheet tray. See, it's a little bit, once I get it pressed in here, you'll see it's just a little bit bigger than 9 by 13, or I don't even know what cookie sheets are. I think they're 9 by 13 or something like that. You know, if you want bigger chunks of chocolate and marshmallow, like all my marshmallows all melted now in there, and so if you want bigger chunks, just let your heated mixture cool. I just find it stays together a little bit better. Even if you want to, like, this is going to be for the trail. If you want to make this for home, you can even put a little bit of the chocolate and marshmallows or whatever you have on top and then just press it in. Here, I'll grab a few marshmallows here. Woo! Not that many. Just kind of spread them out. Then you just let it cool and cut it into bars. That's it. Pretty simple.